Okay, here are some of the projects that I've been working on my metalsmithing at the Arlington Gem Mineral Club. We've been working with brass and copper before we start on actual silver because it's more affordable. The first thing that we did was take a circular brass rod and square it off. I worked on both ends. One in the shop at the club and one here at home, my shop here. I have a jewelry bench. It's a mess, a productive mess. And then we file it down and we polish it. Each side is more polished than the last until you get to the super polished end. One I did there and one I did using my rotary tool here. Then we took a brass bar and practiced filing with making V's and scallops using different files. There's 3 V's and 3 scallops. And then we did the edges, decorative filing on the edges to make zigzags and wavy shapes. And then on the end, here's the non-finished ends, just plain. Then we made a beveled edge, filing the edges of this one. Then we were to practice on copper. So we got a copper sheet. I got a copper 22 gauge sheet at Hobby Lobby. And we practiced sawing waves. We practiced sawing with a jeweler's saw. Then we were supposed to cut out a shape, so I made a meow kitty cat and practiced piercing so you could put a jump ring in there. I have piercing hole punching pliers. Then we're supposed to make either a lotus or a Celtic knot pendant. And to do that, you take this template and you glue it on there and you saw around it. And I did not know that you were supposed to cut out the inner part of it because the instructions did not say that. So I just did what the instructions said. So I just cut out a shape and made a bail for hanging it. And I will cut out, now that I know you're supposed to cut out the middle, I will do that later. So instead I worked on something a little simpler in class last night, which is a Celtic knot pendant, aka John Paul Jones's symbol. Jonesy. So last night I sawed it out and I started to file it, and that's as far as I got. When I finish, I'm going to roll this bail so that it can hold, it'll look something like this. Except since it's on the point, when you roll it, if you don't put these little holes in it, it will cover up the point, which isn't very pointy anyways, and I'm learning new techniques all the time. So that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm working on. And let me just show you my bench here. Pardon my messy office. It's just work. It's a workbench. Here's my vise. I clamp all my stuff for filing in that handy guy. My bench pin, which I need to put a notch in there to make it easier to saw with. I don't have my tools here, but I'll show you some of the tools I got at Hobby Lobby. I got these needle files, but they have little handles on them, and there's 12 of them. So all different shapes. And the rest of the stuff is all in my kit. I got a jeweler's saw, which is just like this one that I got from Penn Foster. I'm going to be getting another one someday, which is called a Green Lion, which is really cool looking and it's really easy to use. I will be showing you the rest of my tools here in a little bit because they're in the other room. So I'm going to sign off for now, and I will talk to you next time at Amy's Handmade Gifts.